Samadu kata wire Nkrumah chenchenku a watwen na beku eje oman eyi nti Kwame kasa Nkrumah kasa.
Okay, 101.7 so the for your transfer Ade Akye Abia adwumadi mu abono nsia pound sima aduonum ene ye bosome ne da toso ensia bosome ensia efie pinu ni aduonu emiensa eda no eye benada 6 June 2023 in the year of our Lord. Offer me radio kwa wasan wo Kwame Nkrumah Tikese me morning show president of the land. For our Bible na yenkenkan we Nyankopon asem Genesis chapter 50 verse 20. Genesis chapter 50 verse 20. Yenti Nyankopon asem. Mose ngmedi nkan etre aduonum yimu aduonu. Me friend agenda 50-20. Everybody asem ni. Na mo de modwene me ho bone na nso Onyankopon de o de ye papa. Se obeye de ada adi neyi na obeji ni papi enkwa. Min teachers ni mo biem. Na mo de modwene me ho bone na nso Onyankopon de na wo de ye papa. Se obeye de ada adi neyi na obeji ni papi enkwa. Amen. Eniema bi wo bi yeti awo. O ba bi awo no o ma wo transfer. So what do wo ko akura bi ase tu. Kese wo kwa na ene ho de light ni ho bibi ani ho. Sa na montua na wo tu ye no anu anim se ye bone no. Wo Nyankopon adane no ma ene. Wo na aye commander wo ho. Oh, now we transfer we free sa banki. Sa branch we transfer we free ho. Ede wako baby a wan kasa no wudru wa be say yes. Transfer mu transfer ni. Ukodru ho no enne wo na ye manager ho. Oh, no one him say wo pamo we free fie we ni. Wa pamo wo no ena wo hye wo ho den yire wo ho ye adwuma enne wan kasa wasi ofie me kam na ko wie se nipa bi tu so anamon wo tu wo so sa e ka ne nko na nka wa wie yo eno na nyame asesa no de aye papa tese ne se na mo de medwene me ho bone na Onyankopon de o de ye papa asemi ya asambay Joseph na ninia Jacob man won the twatwo and wo mse de ya papa penasam and how de japade nyina be ma no eti wo mu kon tunu so sase ene sa na tie de a akoye nkunu e ebisi da bi wo mu suye na nkrofo bi twam and wo mu ton no e de man wo mu ton wo man kasa nua Joseph ama na ba be pie Misrim o be pie wono eniema bebre ko so akopim se afedie obeye wo hene ewo ananafo asase so na ekom aba Israel tini nuanom ye se da bi ye nua na ye ton no ya teso ye yie ye nkɔ no ho enko pa aduane Abusia wo mu no woni nipa na wo mu nim se wonye yie da wo ba ye sansani woni begu ase eniema nkoyie ma wo benne wo ena nyame ahye wani munyam hwe school bi a yede unuanom koye no wo yanfo anko bi saa aden a o we de se woni obi a ya dwene wo boni say yari abo wo no wungu na nso say wo Nyankopon de wo de ye papa o wo de ye papa say wo ba chi ni papi nkwa hwe station wona wo no trotro station ya pam wo afiri wo ye pam wo no ana woto aso na akonya another car enne why you ho ya adwuma nya car na nipa wo mo pam wo ni nim se wo mo pam wo afiri ho boni mu na onyankopon de wo de ye papa abantie bia wusi so wo de na no to wo so be ware wo na wan ware wo no usui pa ise sabre de na nipa yo de tue ni wa enu mu ne wakwakonya businessman wakonya sofopani wakonya bearman na bia enne waso mu wasoma me se me hye na men kan kire wo se ani da so nyansan ye na di pa dwene wo bone no nyankopon die ode ye papa awurade ma bone ani pa dwene wo ho nsusu ani pa su wo ho a enye papa no awurade nani mu wate na enye papa ewo Yesu Kristo dimu adumunti amen. Ye kenkan efri Genesis chapter 50 verse 20. Na modie modwene me ho bone na enso Onyankopon de wo de ye papa se obeye de ada di nei na obeji nipa pii nkwa. Awurade asem yi fagidi ka se amen.
God bless our homeland, Ghana motherland, faithful and together. Hello my brother, hello my brother. Hello, 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 my brother.
Diechibia Ghana mai betu pon negina wo mamba power dwene Ghana ho kane Diechibia anye na magani amagashia ni hunu amagawo ho Diechibia eyegigi
Hello, my well parliament members attending the sitting in Ghana move. Hello, my well parliament members attending the sitting in Ghana move. Hello, my well are you excellency strong and never give up. Hello, my well done your excellency be strong and never give up. Hello, my let our doctors take a great attention on the operations and save lives. Hello, my can you say bye to corruption, bye to discrimination, bye to favoritism. Hello, my can you say bye to corruption, bye to discrimination, bye to favoritism. Hello, my hello.
My fellow Ghanaians, Ghana past 50, so we forgot corruption and stereo.
Them happy no go have Ghana broke. Me for now, I no go play plasma.
Hello, my brother. Hello, my brother. Hello, my brother.
Diechibia Ghana mai betu pon negina wo mamba power dwene Ghana ho kane Diechibia anye na magani amagashia ni hunu amagawo ho Diechibia eyegigi.
Praise the Lord, we ought to give it thanks and praise. God bless our homeland, Ghana motherland, faithful and together.
Long live Ghana.
We gonna build Ghana strong.
Okay, 101.7 so say nyame say me yoda fast na kese ma this way chocolate drink. This way chocolate drink. The ohia ni so hye. Say vitamins ni minerals bi afri wo mu a mepam chew enkopa duro nom. Udi enum this way chocolate drink. The ohia ni so hye ni anu ahye ma say be koko papa bi ene ode ye. Na abusua no mo sori anopa yi a obia enum bi. Na emwa mo na enye kama pa. Na akwala ne num bi, papa ne num bi, maame ne num bi, obia nso enum bi na enye kama. This way chocolate drink. The ohiara ene insuohye koko papa bi ena wode aye. Na maame kana me fantum bi mu so se baby a yeton provisions bia obenya bi ato. Na embom Vodafone. Wa mu ye main sponsor of Ade Akye Abia show. Na Vodafone for se me mo amane a me mo wo etiawa ene se Vodafone cash say we a customer Vodafone cash ya ubetimi atua payment am make payment service and goods all merchant numbers so merchant number bia no ubetimi a make payment e de akoso iti ana wa hye no so wate send money conveniently from your Vodafone cash account to any merchant today. Nti ehun hia say me Vodafone cash ya me call other network so na masema ko send this because Vodafone cash you ultimate send and na de ultimate send na simply dial *110 hash select option 1 let's send the money select option 2 to other networks. They follow prompts, no. They send this car. Experience the ease of transacting on Vodafone Cash. Dial star 110 hash. Debriara send this car to all merchant numbers. Betim the triaka, betim the atwade, and bibia all merchant numbers. So Vodafone was say further together. Was say use Vodafone Cash today. Na ebe boa pa. Okay, 101.7 so in the na enkomo wo ho papa enkomo wo enkomo a ewo wo no enie so owura jachi question Supreme Court ruling no what the nyinaso nti a wo ye no wo de aba na me hu se the bokata na wo do no anso de aba wo ka ho asem ena parliament so ombe resume ne nkomo ban ene wo mu a eno nso yebedi eho enso so asem. Okay, 101.7 so enie na asin north
Okay, FM 101.7.
na matisi se MPP fo no wo mo so ombeye primaries ne itino ye behwe said ye enso ahon hye be sia kono wo mayi candidate ene na eno na asem bi bu baba se owura bi a oye unqualified se obetimi agina ewo sam empesua no so no MPP fo ene electoral commission wo mo de wo mo ye kanana e de nipa na ba begina wo MPP din mu eno ene NDC fo no so se de bi ente ase na yedidi hu komo bia ye besa abo awuram na yahwe sede eno so eho ensem esitie na yedi hu eso enkomo na ne de bokata na wodo no se wo fa Daily Guide say Boga MP not qualified to contest Supreme Court. Not qualified to contest. The chairman na de ebe. The chairman ha. Now the Bogota Daily Guide was the Supreme Court has provided detailed reasons why it directed Parliament to strike out the name of James Jachi Kwesen from its record as member of the House representing the people of Asin North constituency in the central region. Nature say eno ye die twa mu no ha na enkra so a obi anim ni say papa no wono ana ese agina wo buy election mu e de ama ndisi amanyukuo no nti eho asem e de ha. The Daily Dispatch say our $430 million COVID-19 grant to Ghana was not misused. Country Bank World Bank Country Director was say urane de Frank Laporte na Laporte Spanish and called Laporte World Bank Country Director and say 430 million e de man Ghana for see emfanko COVID no sika no omo anse no om de adwuma pa e ho asem eda ha na minim se ye kwa animu no ye bebobo hu na ye de hu nkom se wo fa the Chronicler was say Jinapo talks tough in Obuasi. Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Honorable Samuel Jinapo wakobuasi na wani mpedimfo akwakohia na womodidi ho enkomo na yenkoi na afa ye ne yewura adugi tamakru eni enkomo na enkomo no efade ye ho efa Supreme Court ruling no matters arising. Law me moche.
Kwame anopa me joso me share with you for now.
Atifo nya joso na boko de.
Kwame bo ade ada room ba cho na won so
boko. Na asam nyina enie. Supreme Court what the detailed reasons why or directly Parliament say yenyi owura James Jachi Kwesen din emfree enwumem sem na se bedwani a represent Asin North. Number two, what king kind one ruling no reasons in be?
Well, Kwame, anopa once again, Mitcha, with your phone now. Into and Mensa Eka ruling on 35 pages. A detailed analysis of it. Who say
by 35, the essential that knows be
now, kind crana. Who say about 19 pages of it is basically a rehash of the facts, the submissions made by the plaintiff's lawyers, the lawyer for the first defendant, second defendant, and third. So 19 pages, all this, basically a rehash. Now, the analysis was within that 16 pages. Now, okay, the judgment, who said the Supreme Court essentially placed reliance on two decisions. Hello? Okay, two decisions of the Supreme Court, or two earlier decisions of the Supreme Court. One, Professor Stephen Asari versus Attorney General. Any Senator Rawlings case. But what does it?
Mitio pa. Bakoye ayi.
Professor Stephen Asari. And the case of expert Senator. Now, Minabe argue expert Senator before the Supreme Court. And what was the issue in expert Senator? In the expert Senator, Supreme Court can say, at the time, to me, I started TNU. I started, not the end. I started, I questioned the eligibility or otherwise of a parliamentary aspirant a year when the EC opened nomination. But when the EC opens nomination, because in the specific case of Zanato, she had won the NDC primaries, awaiting for the 2016 general election. In between, and the closest opponents in the NDC primaries, Eddie Case, Eddie Betiano, say, our High Court say, on your registered voter, pursuant to Article 94. I can say you should be a registered voter. That's what I said.
Yes, me too.
Ekobasa. Now, within the meaning of Article 94, she is not qualified. It may raise a counter response to say, Supreme Court had decided earlier in the case of NDC, in fact, MPP versus NDC, in the year 2000, some chief directors became NDC parliamentary candidates in the MPP core court. Say, NDC no crimes or failed those chief directors of ministries as their parliamentary candidates. In the Supreme Court, I can say the action is premature, among other issues. It made me raise that issue, say, at the NDC primaries, you can't be questioning those matters unless until EC has open nomination. And in the specific case of Zanato, since your only issue against her is that she's not a registered voter, the EC will be doing limited registration exercise before the 2016 election, by which reason she would have been registered.
Me too.
Which is entirely different. In any case, Zanato, the constitutional provision under contention in Zanato have nothing to do with the Jechikwisi matter. Two, the timeline now, Zanato established here, is completely different from the scenario that we are having here. What's the difference, Brother Kwame? First, aside Article 94, Ghana, you have Representation of the People's Law, PNDC Law 284, a statute. That statute, no, is specific on parliamentary election contests. But what I say?
Me too, pa. So definite.
And only a specific. About parliamentary elections are. Aside Article 94, it could do Article 99. The next provision is the representation of the People's Law, specific to parliamentary election contests. Now, OSHA sections 20 of the representation of the People's Law now, a more specific timeline. The timeline, Emmanuel, or say, at the time of the person's election, OSHA, Andra, the Supreme Court appears to say, contrary to the express provision of the representation of the People's Law, no, the time for computation should be when the EC opens nomination and closes. Now, in taking this decision, Supreme Court Nankasa looking at any previous decision that were given in expert to Papa Kwesi into. But what is our case?
Kaipa, me kaipa.
Yeah. In the year 2016, Electoral Commission disqualified Papa Kwesi Ndum. Okay.
Pa.
Into Papa Kwesi Ndum Echo High Court. The High Court presided over by Justice Chepa for accident was. I can say, yes, Electoral Commission, who will 2 months be disqualified will be. However, because of the consequences of that disqualification, you should give the person a hearing. It's okay.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, my senior, are you go to any guy requiring a yes, our case. Into Electoral Commission after the High Court decision, and now Supreme Court. Supreme Court presided by a panel. Into I know retirement so far in the throw the decision of the Supreme Court in the do for Indum's matter. What was the Supreme Court judgment? Supreme Court, I can say, nomination period is continuous. It's not like an event. Nomination process includes the processes that allows the Electoral Commission to receive complaints, that allows the Electoral Commission to respond to the complaint, even give people a hearing before it takes a decision on their nomination.
Okay,
and to the extent that ECN to Sanamo declared the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission now has to rope in Indum and go back into the contest. Okay.
Aye.
Good. Now, in this particular Jechikwesi way, obviously, I want to believe, the court didn't advert its mind to the expert Papa Kwesi Ndum decision. Because, in the specific case of Jechikwesi, the only reason why Supreme Court I can't say the election is unconstitutional. Only one. What is the reason? Almost say ECOP nomination in October. But Jechikwesi had a certificate of organization in November. So because one certificate in October, that's before ECOP nomination or when the nomination was open. But on your certificate in November, is unconstitutional. But Kwame, that is the only thing. No. Nothing more, nothing else. Now, juxtapose the reasoning of the Supreme Court to what happened in the Hindu matter, where the same Supreme Court said, to the extent say Electoral Commission ewo to me say obetimi invite responses from nominees and say bibi wo wa na nominee ni ye ya obetimi effect corrections among other things. It is when that process is sealed, then you say the nomination has closed. Until then, you can't say that about the nomination process. Supreme Court understand the kind in 2016. To the point, he said, in the Jechikwese matter, Okaya, Nkrumah was saying of from concerned citizens of Asenov. Some concerned citizens of Asenov. But what I say, Omwankasa call Electoral Commission District Director no with a petition. Obviously, a MPP group. And no more call say the question equa foreign nationality. Intima Electoral Commission a man who quine a man who contest. District Director no cancel petition no a too weighty. Into no won't me young Pontius Pilate or washing the hands of it. Intino or escalated. Now, money be true. Yama made Mensa ho a one cry. Mensa so at a pound for say, Omunko share petition, no one share dear, where petition has merit or not. Into Electoral Commission Ankasa to inside every Jichi say, Jichi, bra, petition in here receive against you, no. What says that? And also, Madam E.C., Electoral Commission, my certificate in new.
I just sabe not what okutani certificate of.
Okay. Into Oko issue on also as early as 2019. But what I say?
You.
Me put an application before the Canadian authorities. And so Masa at the passport, Canadian passport, at their application who they are common must say, Menemoto Quanta, Yapai.
Hey,
yes.
I don't know, you know, I wouldn't Gary, a dim como, Ewahano. One also resist say, we yes, say we are not processing and day. Even
You see, such statement now mean Gary Ekra Kano. With the greatest respect to your Supreme Court, rather exposes the judgment of the Supreme Court.
Why?
Because you see, because Gary is making reference to the laws of Canada and Supreme Court in can say, as far as our Evidence Act is concerned, foreign law is a question of fact.
Aye.
So if foreign law is a question of fact, it requires the assistance of someone to lead evidence of Canadian law.
Oh, that is how it works.
Yes, that is how the law is. Bisagari. In fact, there's a recent Supreme Court decision now. Two of the judges on this Jechikwese matter were on it, Justice Kulendi and Professor Mensa Bonsu. What happened? Sebio, Mano Dashinaso. But maybe I walk upon a bra, ewa broche, anya nesika, ayenioma. Ena eko ba say, Sebio, Obema on any one. Obema neso on penubiu. Ena, mamina so anya japadie. Abrabono okobo, ewo Italy no. Wanyangwa japadi bebre. Afe papa no say, a japadi na ma many difficult ba or dia ye nyina no. Yenfa japadi ne ma ono. And you know his reason. Or say ma no Italy no na obo 22 or a prostitute. And so, per Italian laws, no, prostitution is a crime. And say the law is that you can't benefit from crime. What I say? Then the Supreme Court, the same Supreme Court, they can say, no. All throughout your case, you never raise the issue of Italian law. Because say Italian law is a question of fact. And factual matters must be proved. And you must prove a fact in dispute. So if you wanted to rely on Italian law on crime and prostitution, you should have led evidence. You cannot, at the tail end, at the Supreme Court, now begin to introduce Italian law to deprive the woman of property that she had acquired. Because now Papa no can say, "Wokura de two now yeah Italy." And now the anyasa property ni na. It is Supreme Court men farmer no. And judge will say, now what also would be as a padena onya and their process of crime. Intima unbenefited from that. Oh, you want the same property for yourself? How is that going to be possible? What I say? But the points I'm making in say, and like Gary pointed out, and that for me exposes the loopholes in the Supreme Court judgment, because Ocean Constitution Article 94 2A, the Article 94 2A, say you should not owe allegiance to a country other than Ghana. So in this case, the allegiance is not owned to Ghana. It's owned to where? Canada. Yes, sir.
Aye.
So if you want to do a fair analysis, then we should know what is the Canadian law on allegiance. And because the allegiance is owned to Canada and not you. If the allegiance is owned to Ghana, because already or a Ghana name by birth, so a natural. And yet the next layer, which is the alternative way now, Canada. No. So you need to receive the law on Canada. And Gary would agree with me, say, foreign law is a question of fact. And because it's a question of fact, evidence must be led as to Canadian law on allegiance. Because, the constitutional provision doesn't use the word in Article 94 2A, no, and using the word, say, owes citizenship of another country. The word used there is allegiance.
Okay, FM.
So you can't tell me, say, allegiance is the same as citizenship, because citizenship is bigger than allegiance. In fact, Supreme Court Nankasakra rely on an Australian authority, Ray Carrigan, with the greatest respect.
But almost say, according to said any lawsuit, almost say, who citizenship, who your citizenship, you must first hold an allegiance to that country for passport to the.
So, in fact, the whole Canicra supporting me case. What it means there, citizenship is bigger than allegiance. The incidence of citizenship is bigger than allegiance. What I say? So, Sebi, you are on my head of say Antwa Anakumewu. You see what you need. Na wako Anasante Hene ho. No wako swear the oath of allegiance to him. Anna. Does it take away the fact that Ufi Kumewu and Antwa? It doesn't. The only thing that it does is that it shows say awesome Nana Anasikija Kofi Anna. That's the only thing. And it's not over here. Allegiance is always voluntary.
Okay. Now, law.
No, Black Kwame, me about take
okay.
It away. Me person mention what dream and to be so. Into which from the High Court to Supreme Court, who led evidence on Canadian citizenship or Canadian law on what shall I say? The Canadian law on allegiance. Was any evidence led?
No.
So how did the court come to the conclusion that at that material time he owed allegiance to Canada?
Okay. Law na we no.
No. Brother Kwame, you see, Sebio, the law provides a platform for learning.
Mm-hmm.
And in most instances, even our judges have always said, say, look, they are fallible. They are human. And yet everything that they will know at a particular time. In fact, they relied on an Australian decision in Ray Callaghan. Over that decision, Australia has a particular provision on allegiance alone and citizenship. Clearly distinct. Is that the same law in Canada?
No.
So clearly, fairness would have required that the Canadian law on citizenship and allegiance is placed before the court. And you see, the Supreme Court, even in sitting in its original jurisdiction, has the power to receive evidence in order to do substantial justice. And you see, Brother Kwame, this as enough matter, it's important that this matter is put out there. Look, at the High Court, my brother Gary will confirm, Jechikwe say, Article 94, a novel. So, Yama ye Supreme Court, Emma interpretation of it. Meaning, Gary say, Dabi is clear and ambiguous. So the Supreme Court, the High Court can apply it. In fact, all kind of High Court decision as well. The High Court just said, Article 94 is clear and ambiguous. Jechikwe Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, the provision is clear and ambiguous. Pontius Pilate, and so on. And now Jechikwe Court of Appeal, Kipkus, also raising this issue of constitutional interpretation. Once again, Gary said that Article 94(2)(a) is clear and ambiguous, so the Court of Appeal can apply it. In fact, the Jechikwe now went to the Supreme Court with a certiorari application. In that certiorari application, the Supreme Court again said declined jurisdiction by a 3-2 majority decision. Justice Puaman Agnedoji dissenting said that the Court of Appeal can deal with it. Now, Brother Kwame, look at this. Curiously, the same lawyers who have opposed referral of Article 94(2)(a) to Supreme Court for interpretation, both at the High Court, Court of Appeal, of which the Supreme Court on 2 different occasions agreed with them. Suddenly, the same lawyer, the same plaintiff, issues a writ at the Supreme Court for interpretation of the same provision that they have said all along, say it is clear and unambiguous. You know, you can't say, you just watch and allow it to go. Because on 2 different occasions, Jechikwe was at the Supreme Court with certiorari application. On those 2 occasions, the Supreme Court said the provision is clear and unambiguous. May I say, even in Justice Puaman's dissenting opinion, I say, he was on the Senator decision. This is Justice Puaman. He was on the Senator panel. And that in Senator, the Supreme Court never conceded Article 94(2)(a). In fact, Justice Puaman further went on to say, even the Supreme Court in Senator didn't look at Section 20 of the Representation of the People's Law. And so the decision in Senator did not lay like a rule of procedure or a rule on nomination. Anybody can read the Supreme Court 5-member panel when Jechikwe went to the Supreme Court. Suddenly, by some miraculous way, the very lawyers who have opposed consistently any application for interpretation of Article 94 suddenly issues a writ at the Supreme Court. And a bar. And in this case, the Supreme Court said, oh, we have jurisdiction.
Now, law. Say, dear Namobeye.
Oh, as far as the laws of this country are concerned, the Supreme Court brings finality to the matter unless you go for a review. We have already put in Tikese for the by-election. And like I told you, the only reason why the Supreme Court said his election was unconstitutional was that the nomination opened in October. He got his certificate in November. That was the only reason. The Electoral Commission statement about Bonteno also obey open nomination 12th of June. And once you open nomination on the 12th of June, the man has the certificate of renunciation already. So he is deemed qualified. Obi the kind much ado about nothing. It is not like, oh, you have found him that he had been.
Now, but say, all right. So, but me, a contested by election.
More than, because he has his certificate of renunciation already, and he got it as far as 2020. So, what's constitutional by again? Are we not back to square one?
Okay.
No, that's what I mean. Are we not back to square one?
Square one. Okay.
We are back to square one.
Okay.
And save you, Mate, many MPP for no be so. Oh, Tikese criminal trial no is revenge for second day matter. Oh, so you are using the court for revenge.
Oh, maybe comments are free, but first are sacred.
Oh, no. But most of their commentators have been saying. In fact, me and Kasa Mate, me and my senior, Obi Buahi, me craming Dome TV on Saturday. Look, second day's matter has nothing to do with Tikese. Just for the record. Because, Kwame, as far as the second day matter is concerned, me person kai Abusia for ya wewu, but the record will bear out that at that time his lawyer Yoni Kulendi, who is now a Supreme Court judge, incidentally was on the Tikese panel.
I see.
When make us so when during the trial there was an officer from Ghana Immigration Service who came to testify. Kwame, at the time, second day, the MP who got 3 passports: Burkina Faso, UK, Ghana. Now get this correct. In the UK passport, he provided his place of birth as Burkina Faso. In the Burkina Faso passport, he provided his place of birth as Burkina Faso. In the Ghana passport, he provided a place of birth as Ghana. Even when he was an MP, he still had the 3 passports. But Kwame, how do you, for the sake of fairness, say, Obia or no, even before his election as MP, he had a certificate of renunciation is the same, if not for diabolics and mischief.
Now, Medasi Anope.
Medasi.
Medasi pa. Yewura Godwin Edudi Tamaklo. Wanu ye Edima John Dramani Mahama. Private legal practitioner and na twen komo na. And the parliament in so wamama akwan no wama bie akwama. Nti ne parliament betena se. Na yene onimanyafo sa HMS abuso abrampa minister for parliamentary affairs, majority leader in parliament. wɔno yɛ MP for so ame otumfoɔ so mpahene na yɛ ne no kwatwe nkɔmmɔ ana sɛ kyɛ mansa ba su bɛmɛ mi moakye na bɔkɔ deɛ yɛ ho yɛ papa yɛ ho yɛ menim sɛ wɔtie nkɔmmɔ kakra na mamfa firi ha Supreme Court na ano ɔka sɛ owura Agye Kwesi mumboni dini koraa mumfa parliamentary eraser na mumfa mfa baabia asɛm bi koraa ɔka yɛ Hansard ne nyinaa munyi mfirim na kyerɛ sɛ mo sponge ne di mfirim koraa na Supreme Court so sɛ awuli wie no wɔde reasons no aba deɛ saa tɔ so bie mu wɔn asiesie ne kama sɛ sɛ deɛ ne nkrataa ayɛ ready bibia renunciation ne bibia ayɛ kama a wɔn de ne saba asen north sankofa anaasɛ sanko no abɛ na wuni sɛ yi a sanko ma akɔ so ba bɛdu baabi a ɛduri ɛto sɛn as leader of the house. asɛm wei deɛ ɛyi
sɛ ɔfrɛ me mɔde me so so bɛɛ ɛma me bi ne kakye bi kasa
digital makulu lawyer
ɛti sɛ ɔkwan bebree asɛm ne pɔ ne sɛ asɛm a wɔka no nyinaa ne pɔ ne sɛ wɔ sɛ o deɛ wɔasie ne adamu saka no deɛ ne deɛ ɛmfa ho Kwame asɛm ne pɔ ne sɛ now or try to make a distinction between citizenship and owing allegiance to another country. Where your mind back. And now, all we in the so far, at the Musaka and the Japan, say, no passport, UK, and now, your friend is saying, Burkina Faso and Ghana. Then, I said, now I was saying, no, that's now the kind. I guess we're a citizen of UK, Ghana, or a citizen of Burkina Faso, or a citizen of Ghana, and these are.
Aye.
Now you're a citizen of UK. I guess we treat UK. Embrace. We are citizen of Burkina Faso. We treat Burkina Faso as or my Burkina Faso. No one will treat. And what people try to make a distinction between citizenship and owing allegiance. It is a distinction without difference. It is a distinction without difference. Now, in India, I wasn't going to have in renunciation. So, citizenship for me, owing allegiance, you know. And so and you're not that your question of renunciation here. Come, I stand saying, and then say, yeah,
okay, 101.
And that is enough. And you're cooking. Then, yeah, okay, let's not commit us again. Well, with the Omea Friday nomination. Yeah, and say, it's rather a bit. The Friday nominations, you know. Yachi Quason, Yami Mati, and say, Canada, and it's or since we in TFO, where again, or we think shit or maybe I say. And in Article 94, no matter what I say, yeah, I buy between what you a cost walk to be. Sanity. The Chirasam say 2020 about a toyen for the December one. And no, all file nominations. It says you be filing nominations at the other day. There's a commission on my Kata. And would be so say, we are citizens of Ghana. What's it? We are Ghanaian citizens. Then you Article 94 no canon. And what's a baby so say? Who owe allegiance to any other country apart from Ghana. Send you Article 94, who owe allegiance to any other country apart from Ghana. And my quite my own contested. Katana, the man, and what you also said, Debbie, it is your man be asked. a train every day, they say, now with Tricia Canada. Say, at the time, I now filing nomination. No, now with Tricia or my Canada. And also, no, I started processes, no, say, we need and that's we need free Canada. I say, no, okay. So, Sasa, now what can you know? Catane de Mao. Abia, also, I say, Tricia or my France, name would say anything. One kind of question na ibisa what dey be within your man for bia a compassion na within your mind for bia say whether you have started processes or not it's immaterial which can kutumpo. That is the bottom line. Indeed, the claim that you made that we are going to name one within your man bia so no a fraudulent. That's number one. Number two, a sign electoral offense. Mbra the to abano wasan bumra no so sani article 94 no kana article 94 no sam yini e ho me yenu na se ugina ho court ni se bowa na mpo say no ube wini yemfa ne say worst case scenario wasan wini wa wini seat so wini a ade na o year no 2020 no so di ho fa mbra na se timi di utum up to 10 years in fear. The same fear no son that you are. Oba in fear to 10 years again, no won't even call echo contested to any public office. Come here, some 20 in 15. It is our crying for crying home, no, bring them home. Cut a demand no choice of things. And it young. They will call night imposing Kunim, not a course in the Bufa. Sabi in previous. What have you gained? What waste your money time? Now, when I'm at the Musa candidate, you say, you find me guilty of this, they make me. And no more than for one another church, they make me. And if I say, oh, we of one, sir, Kwame no Akye Abia. My thank you. Was really. What will be some hospital?
What guys say? What do you know here now? And then Tony Abua birthday footballer. Na papa yao. And na yesu sano. What share me lie? Yes, said you see your bar lie. It me ko ba ye no. Me ni gan kasa ya na. Me say what do you say? Na gan is na dwen yam hwe. You can't say Titium. If you want me buy them also a fear the offend papa. Papa didn't tone home. Mr. Abuad Neton home. Number say, Papa, me call again, it's not being any of you, was it? Coca Cabin, and I can be anyway. Is it another? Papa, now, I'm on for be as you say. Said and also crowd can say, said gas and what time Supreme Court at court to the end on criminal matter. No. Etimi endi wo be sin wo be twen ene won kwai say on na kwakwa win wo win wie di a na je se dodo anu apen say ne nkrata are ready eti no
have you committed offense or not? Have you committed the offense or not?
Okay.
And I am no say the BBC okay article 112 no say vacancy in parliament no Ibia and also cafe. Ibia time I told Abama on the BBSC. And Kibia has another figure, Kibia man from Trabama. You are going to see. And he said, I'm making, I didn't know, I need the hope. And there's people who want to be unnecessarily materialistic. Otherwise, it's crystal clear. Crystal clear. Maybe I'm going to say, Miniano. And so let's see, January 7th. Hey, me buy no Oba and this is what Pona Bumu, who can who share the parliament and to Cassia, sorry, who are living Sidano. If we in the friend, the catch and Seminia. Or one way out of the game,
Okay, FM.
It cannot be a joke. That's a 10 years that was with the home for that's a walk of them. We are no yet rotational imprisonment. Such na of the moon house. You are ya boy, the moon house, and 7 hours, you have an hour in Kwana. A seminal and Hebana. I say, asɛm kɛseɛ ba franka
franka ensiso
nti hoi akyerɛkyerɛ wɔ n'afɔ
akyerɛkyerɛ wɔ n'afɛ.
This case will end. It will end on the note of precedent.
The note of what?
On the note of precedent.
Precedence. Say BSc painting.
BSc paint. And then no chesa. Most of them be a court. Na me di no. Wo di so I was so what?
Ayi enkrofo so say. Say nipa no wode ne ho. Wo so obekwa am ya kyena tum. Na eje ebia musuro nti na mo ya ayi obi kura se ka no de ba wo hia na se eja ye hia wo boa se ka ekura no ntia.
Sometimes it is so again yeah mama yan fa no bone nche no pain and just when you bone no
no cry
and then just say because I didn't say okay e kura na ma ni woni fa na no kura ko fa ba ye ene na wo ko ngi ni ko tu para le peke ni pa fere ye si ko ya para que ye pa pa no just say bone no ye what is it and no just say bone no ye ampedu ene ka to ni e bone a be bia no benya ho akati wa asase so wo say maybe obi ko farm ra kwan so twitwa ji obi wo so ni nyame na ka be nyame nkodi ho asem nti se wa ye sa de na mpa ene de asotwe da ho man akwame obi nka se asem boni tubi na asem ya entubi ene de untimi nka sa asem ya to send na ko fa ba nobody watches asem ya asem tubi ya okay asem ya ntubi kra na kese wo so you lose your humanity what you say and so emra ibi wa na ibi ifan ni thank you
yo ene ye fan so de a ene na eja mama kwama mo ko parliament na daily guide is packed activities as parliament resumes next any emagu apono so pa na ehon goma to say
oh come dey be bri o na any man do so anti share yes so ni ma betimi aye because ya na asete to so mi no afinu mo no ye trase bosumi me for the first time ya mami bosumi siemu na yeba egin sisada nti amasa asete ye betre no ebe etia be na otwe 8 weeks pe
oh okay
okay usually no second meeting no ye 10 weeks because 11 weeks so we dey ayetia what it means is that Brenda no I was making full use of men we Bramra bi oh yes etimu na akitensi ni ye ni kwampa ye de faso ni bitini aye no ye beye nti ya catch aswafo no say nam say emenu shadi chi bia determine priority areas na on famra you know tani bisi ayano nti emramra wo ho agreement we wo ho but enne aye kwedie na tsasa na otwi mu die nyema titso ebe ye no iye the Supreme Court Justice Bakwa President Ebony being so made Chief Justice Appointment Committee no arriving in what to tuna no can be acquiring the ratio. Omodom report the Parliament and to the report in the plea they do more bubu. Yeah, the better one. Say I'm from and I say saying and I say me and someone.
Okay.
To have an idea. Benya no ko benkum dia ene itimi a short circuit processes no na yede emana me ka se bia ni ya boy adi en famana wezo ni famana jese bia ni wa shewi ba ho le ka se bia yen to ba nti eno no ensem wo me abusia for ka se Supreme Court justice or Supreme Court ruling on the question, no, and this is for the case of Maya, a Montraba no mama, no, and I'm not in India or Mokasa. I'm in India Mokasa. Now, so they are entitled to their reasoning. It is more man of some in it. We just anything ruling now Mokanum Baba.
Abba.
About the rationalization, it's in your becker. Ultimately, it's a bit banana. A decision will have to be taken today. And then this is so assembly the man of mercy prayer. Until maybe a tobacco. And now failing to say, the banana, the pay processes be statutory funds. I demand funds or this assembly's common fund. A budget now it's the first meeting. Yes, a brain team. And the bar social media, the common fund and health insurance. Making him say get funds. And say give a cool engineer. In our team, Ghana Education Trust Fund, almost effort to acquire or the teacher. You know more na ebia or see the two. Say China be a committee of the whole a reside in the top. Yake. Did say Yawada, a home sempan, a home report river. I can see any movie. Nothing. Yenya yeswami interchanging. Once you buy a nanka, ye who maybe say KBI and say baby, and Franco shed one son of a Nusikan bar, Ediakoto, maybe a Eda. Na many finance committee for the Casa say in yes, I'm saying to say engagement. No more did say, oh, you administrative, you beating it because of finance minister, so yes, we call her. I said, in ye admin, and ye Wanoma, Wano, and Tiazia engagement. And the Yakufi and Bear Busson. If I'm not going to Moko Dajin, a moment, say, suppose another medicine, a quite fast thing to in a scientific TMI. Into a Samba and any Ochinayama. Just an outreach, you also see a bit on the better. Now, it be quiet, my was a Ombra Quanso. And Kwame, for this week, these are the major and Yama Yabe.
Now, and the Democrat, the new independent, the Assembly Abase, Energy Minister, what I say, MP for Manchia South, Winia. Now, our friend, no, still now, friend, no, cutting, no friend, no, cutting to Bema. It is a bassa more to about on the new CG now. A better day, pa. Sanity.
Kwame, look at him.
Why?
Look at him. No, Yawada. Nay, cabinet. The cabinet, no. Dr. Matthew, no, oh, now, I did the Chiama Yakonum Puno. A friend that is Mukwada. A friend into Yawadan. And then in the core cabinet. Cabinet, no. There be a thing as you say in Kunyana. There be a minister, Minister for Interior, a Amboseri, and it's in Sabunkum. In 25 Dr. Matthew Fuku Prempet. Into Yano Cressa. Onia. Enra. Nanka, ye meeting. The meeting no maso. Enra Cronoa, a brantia, Kumu, by election no din kunimunu oba yese nana ne ye be so any in parliament no o pese okotia president ne order na se ntimra no ene ko president ho akoda amikoda ye regional party ni national party no so ba ebeba ye wo hono ana the formative kempe efreme na presidency hono president office no wo pa ye fast telephone enko ye to any
munso sa
o say
munso sa
every minister every person.
Wow.
Other than the president himself. Enti kami ya unu bipe ntia.
Unu bipe ntia.
Enti mimi ba na mhu se na to afreme. Sama ne o na me friend back. And also o te se meeting bi ba so mi ti no kra wo mi ti na me so de bi ho na me wo. And also I would do one year to see na me tuka. Nti omuti mu excellence me se me kojubi. Nti enra no we be. You be obeka ke oni hana. Enya na kwai.
Ko bi ne hunfo.
Ko bi ne hunu dia. Na Ghana handsome bi. And so for it go for no. So dia na kwame mu bi ho ahomti.
Na minim dia na bi pe o. Ana no ka asem bi kire nsentwe ni bi se. Ensentwe adwuma yi ete sa adamo. Bia we abante no abodam se nyame ansa yare a ubodam be 30 years enti tobo ubodam foforo a tusu huri na wa gada wa ho de ni bi
Okay. 1.7.
Chemo di atem.
Oh. It is just I want microphone being issue anymore. What do you say? You are saying now,
Efidie su kwa nyon na atoye.
No, pen me pay budget so. Yeah, papa na be go na. Yeah, so what who empompo you nya afa no empompo so bi na ono what here. Mpeni sinka uti wura. Papa nkwan so tie no.
Nokre.
Okay. The way you know what say, if I know what for the dream process of people who go to any Sintino. We are not a person. No, soprano. Oh, I mean, from empty hotel. Every day out here, and one sound and some good. Movie great. If you are done some of the funk of overhead with wake of court. Nice, and it's a they are not doing the work to me. I found the chair for one. I think the end you are a cackle. You breath, and they be breathed.
Ana mibusa obi se asema wo ka no ebetime no kore na ebisa ho danse a obenya
Anedi yana ebe ha dwum ebi mo bi mo ye adwuma papa wo me nka fe openjo for den de gbofo no enyina mo bi mo ye adwuma papa anso pe ne chwo tem kan emore ka kakra no ya fe more ni More ka kakra no ya fe more ni na ya o mo ni mo wate mo wate se bi ara ne ha dwum anyway parenti nkomo no
mate bi wura meda se pa na masenya mpade amawo meso meda se onimnyafo se chemensa bosu abrampa ne ne twen nkomo no majority leader in parliament, minister for parliamentary affairs, MP for Swami. Okay, 101.7 sudi na akoso agwaboaje e wa ha ohina na Kwame Amonso e wa ha Abigail Ashley wa ha abusia pani Kwame Owusu aduomi e wa ha Tikese me so me wa ha midi we fam na afa ya